Hello friends, welcome to AQ by IAS YouTube channel. This session is a part of our daily current affairs series. In today's session, we'll talk about tapering by US Federal Reserve. So the US Federal Reserve has decided to taper off the quantitative easing. Now first you know what this US Federal Reserve is. US Federal Reserve, I can call it US Fed. US Fed is the central bank of the USA, and it is the most powerful, most influential economic institution in the world. So its objective is to manage the supply of US dollar in the market. Now, as I said, the central bank of the USA has decided to taper off the quantitative easing. Now, what is this quantitative easing? Quantitative easing is a monetary policy, okay, under which central bank buys bonds, okay, government securities and bonds. Why? Why does the central bank buy the bonds? Central bank buys these bonds to inject liquidity in the market, liquidity in the economy, okay, so that economy will remain stable, economic activities will keep happening, okay. That's why central bank infuses the liquidity in the economy. Now the US Fed has decided to reduce the purchases of bonds. See, let me tell you, since March 2020, central bank has been buying the bonds at large scale. Okay, but now since unemployment rate is going down, it is reducing now. Inflation is rising. Situation is getting normalized. So US Federal Reserve has decided to reduce the quantitative easing. Okay, so generally what happens when there is economic downturn? So in that situation, central bank goes for this tool, quantitative easing and expansionary policy. Expansionary policy means the interest rate is reduced by the central bank. So reduction in the interest rate. So expansionary policy and quantitative easing. You must have clarity regarding these two terms, quantitative easing and expansionary policy. Now, what is the impact of this decision? Actually, so many people, they have been anticipating for this thing. Okay, they were expecting that US Federal Reserve would announce something like this. Now there is panic among investors. Why? Because see, now they are not that confident, because since the liquidity is excessive now, there is too much liquidity in the market, and once central bank stops buying bonds, after that liquidity will reduce, okay, liquidity will reduce, so there will be less dollar in the market, and this situation is not an ideal situation for investors. Okay, so that's why investors are not confident. They might refrain from investing the money in the market now. Why? Because of this thing. And in the future, if the same situation emerges, pandemic like situation emerges, and if the lockdown is imposed again, then US Federal Reserve might want to inject the liquidity again, and they will start buying bonds at large scale again. So investors, they are confused because of this volatile nature of the market. Now let me tell you one more thing, that RBI can do, what US Federal has decided to do. They can also follow the same strategy. Why? Because market is stable now, situation is absolutely normalized, so they can also try to reduce the liquidity. Okay, so these are the facts that you must know. You must know about the quantitative easing. It is very, very important from the prelims perspective. You must be aware of what this tapering is. Third, you must know about expansion. You must know about expansionary policy. Okay, so these terms are important for your upcoming prelims. And as far as the impact on Indian market is concerned, I don't think that there will be a massive impact. Why? Because RBI has accumulated enough dollars. Okay, they have enough dollars in the forex reserve, so there won't be any mammoth impact on Indian market. Okay, so all these facts I wanted to discuss regarding this topic. If you have liked our initiative, you can subscribe our YouTube channel for more such videos, and you can download the notes regarding this news. And you can also follow our social media platforms. We upload daily current affairs content on our social media platforms. So that's all for today's session. I'll see you in the next session soon. Bye bye.